Welcome to the 10th annual Vintage Ferrari All-Italian Car Event at Radcliffe Motorcar Company in Reisterstown, Maryland. Radcliffe Motorcar Company opened their doors to the public yet again so that we can see their amazing work. For my second time coming, it was again great to see such a turnout on a rainy day. Ferrari, Maserati, Alfa Romeo, Fiat, Di Tommaso, and Ciata were the Italian manufacturers represented at the show. Inside the shop were a handful of great cars receiving service and restoration, including an Aston Martin Lagonda, a 355, a 300 SL Gullwing, and more. This beautiful blue roadster is a Ciata 208S. There were some incredibly rare and special classic Ferraris, including a 1965 Touring Show Car 275 GTS. It was already special being one of just 200. It's always great to see Ferraris in colors other than traditional Rosso Corsa. There were a variety of uniquely colored Ferraris at the show. The most unique has to be this immaculate 1958 250 Ellena in Grigio Ingrid with green roof. Only 50 250 Ellenas were built, with approximately 15 surviving in original form. It was certainly the highlight of this year's show. Just like last year, there was a row of classic 330 series Ferraris. The 330s were successors to the legendary 250 series. The 330 series was well represented with 330 GT 2+2 Series 1 and Series 2 and 330 GTCs. The 330s were powered by 4.0-liter Colombo V12s. The Colombo line of V12s was produced from 1947 through 1988 in capacities ranging from 1.5 through 4.9 liters. 1,099 330 GT 2+2s were built, while just 598 330 GTCs were made. 330 GT 2+2s are some of the least expensive of 1960s Ferraris, yet they are still worth well into the six figures. The rarer 330 GTCs are quickly approaching seven figures. The most sought after of the road-going 330s is the open-top 330 GTS, with just 100 built. A handful of Alfa Romeos were in attendance, including Spiders, Giulietta Coupe, Giulietta Spiders, GTA, GTV, and modern 4C Coupe and Spider. Fiat was represented by a few classic 124 Spiders and an X19. The best represented decade of Ferraris at the show was certainly the 1980s. 308, 328, 308 GT4, Mondial, and Testarossa were all present. The Testarossa and facelifted 512 TR and F512M were the last in the line of Ferrari's flat 12-powered road cars. They were also the last of the mid-engine 12-cylinder Ferrari production cars. After those, 12 cylinders would only be in the rear of exclusive cars like the F50, Enzo, and LaFerrari. It's easy to see why the Testarossa was the subject of so many posters. No doubt right next to posters of a Lamborghini Countach. In a combination of both form and function, the side intakes of the Testarossa served to make it more aerodynamic than the Countach, and of course added an iconic recognizable feature to the car. De Tomasos were out again in strong force, with a large variety of Pantera variants, including the awesome GT4. As time went on, the Pantera received wider fender flares, front and rear spoilers, and cooling vents. The Pantera combined a very Italian exterior design with the power of an American Ford 302 or 351 V8. 7,260 Panteras were built from 1971 through 1992, a remarkable production run for a mid-engine Italian sports car. Alejandro De Tomaso was born in Argentina and started his car company in Modena, Italy, just as Horatio Pagani did decades later. This wonderful rainbow row of 550s exemplifies what I believe is the most beautiful Ferrari design of the 21st century thus far. 550s were built from 1996 through 2001, while the facelifted 575 was built from 2002 through 2006. 550s ordered with a 6-speed manual are becoming increasingly sought after, especially since only 30 599s were optioned with a manual. 550s and 575s are the newest 6-speed GT Ferraris that were built in any significant number. The 550 looks especially elegant in blue pozzi, a classy color for a front-engine V12 Ferrari. A number of F430s in coupe and spider form were at the show this year. The F430 was the first Ferrari to use the 32-valve F136 V8 engine, which was also used in the California, 458, Maserati's Coupe, Gran Turismo and Quattroporte, and Alfa Romeo 8C. The F136 is not as musical as its 40-valve predecessor, but apparently it is a lot easier to live with. It was the last mid-engine Ferrari available with a manual transmission.
So the idea is to basically
The other highlight of the show for me was the stunning F12 Tour de France. 799 of these cars were built, ensuring that they would skyrocket in value even before delivery. It is the third TdF I've seen, and the first one I could see up close. All 3 of the TdFs I've seen so far have been yellow. Check out the brown interior that the owner specified for his car. I've never seen a yellow Ferrari with anything but a black interior. The F12 TdF has an uprated version of the F12 6.3-liter V12, making 770 horsepower. Weight was reduced by 110 kilograms, or 243 pounds. Thankfully, Ferrari still offers screaming, naturally aspirated V12s for their current GT cars, while so many other companies choose power over passion with turbo V8s and turbo V12s. After first attending last year, this became a must-see show on my calendar. Despite the rain, Italian car owners have brought out their fantastic vehicles yet again. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and definitely subscribe to see more videos like these. Thank you for watching.